Well, hey, everybody, thanks so much for being back to Brent and Friends, Nonsense and Trends with your host, Brent Crawley, founder of the Turning 65 Advisor, and my business partner, Plemons.
Plemons.
What's up, buddy? Hey, today,
you're funny, dog.
Today, this is for you agents out there. We're going to be giving you guys a few quick pointers on how to be prepared for the busiest season of the year. You know what I'm talking about, AEP. We'll see you on the other side. All right, everybody, thanks so much for being here. As usual, to Brent and Friends, Nonsense and Trends with Brent Crawley and my co-host, Plemons.
What's up?
Jim. What's up, Jim?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man.
It's good to be back.
It's AEP too, bro.
It is, man.
It is AEP.
It's exciting.
Oh, my goodness. Annual Election Period. For those of you who don't know, we kiss our families goodbye for like 8 weeks. Oh, it's
I'm getting kind of scared.
You know what, man? I'm actually tired thinking about AEP.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed for the last 2 years during AEP? Like 2 days before AEP starts, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm tired.
Yeah.
AEP hasn't even started
You
yet.
know, it really starts for us in, July? They launched the new AHIP exam, and you could take that exam, and you think, I've got so much time until AEP starts. I've got plenty of time for this.
And then before you know it,
And
it's
all
October.
of a sudden, it's September 15th, and
You're like,
oh my
holy
gosh,
cow, I haven't done
this.
my AHIP or my certifications yet. I got to do
Brent,
it.
I got 4 carriers.
Dude, you know
Yeah.
what's even worse? And because, we're both agency principals, and I've gotten these phone calls. As an agency principal, I've gotten that phone call from like a carrier, from an insurance carrier, or a text from like, an insurance carrier, whether it's, whether it's like Miguel over at Cigna or, someone over at, Aetna or whatever. I've gotten that text where it's like, hey man, you haven't done our certifications yet, bro. Mm-hmm. And I'm like,
yeah. I just got that call from Miguel.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I had just done it. I had just done my Cigna certification, and it wasn't updated in the system yet. He called me, Jim, you're not certified with us yet.
Dude.
And I was like, I did that, I swear.
That's obviously like the most important thing that you need to do if you plan on remaining in the business. So you got to start working on your certifications.
Yep. Get your AHIP done as soon as possible. Get working on your certifications. Any carrier that you've sold business for before is a priority, because you have to recertify to get paid your renewals. Mm-hmm. And any new carriers you might want to add that are new players in the game that year, because plans come and go. Plans get better. Plans get worse.
Yeah.
So you just got to make sure you got your tool bag full of all the plans you want to sell.
Yeah. Well, here's a good piece of advice. And this might be the wrong motivation. This really might be the wrong motivation. But if you've got other people that that are in the business, other colleagues, people part of the agency, friends, whatever, try to be that person who walks in the room and says, I got my AHIP done before everyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
If that's going to be good motivation for you, try to have your AHIP done before anybody.
We did that quick this year, but then we got busy doing a lot of other things.
But then we got busy. We got our AHIP done like...
It was July 12th, I think.
When did AHIP drop this year? It was really
early
early.
in July, yeah.
And so we got it done super, super early. And then all of a sudden I find myself, it's like the end of September. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have like 4 different certifications I need to do. Because we got you have to do a certification and training with every single carrier that you represent. And when you start representing 9-10 carriers,
it's a lot.
Dude, it is a lot.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's really great is a lot of the insurance carriers have started to really
dialed it down a little bit. Yeah.
They've leaned up.
Yeah.
Right? They've gotten real lean and mean.
Yeah. United used to be really bad. You still did AHIP and you still had 3 hours of certifications. Now it was pretty simple. After you did the AHIP, it was done.
Yeah, I'm
Bright
gonna
Health is quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw my boy Miguel under the bus this year.
Cigna's rough.
Cigna is terrible.
Cigna's rough. Aetna's kind of rough, but Bright Health was easy.
There was a couple of companies that, well, and it's because they know that you've already been through fraud, waste, abuse training. You've already been through recertification. You don't have to do it 3 times. You're already doing, dude, you're already doing how many hours of CE recertification and continuing education every single year in Arizona?
Your AHIP should just cover all those basics for every carrier, and then maybe plan-specific details for each carrier you should have to listen to. But
I think so too.
But they repeat a lot of that basic stuff on everyone.
They do. But a lot of the carriers are making it pretty easy. So you got to make sure that you get your certifications done before you do anything else. Now, some of the things that you need to make sure that you're doing going into AEP, your mindset needs to be, you need to treat preparing for AEP like it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Your preparation needs to be spot on. You need to be pulling a book of business, right? Yep. You need to be pulling your book. If you don't have a CRM that tracks all of your book of business, I'm very sorry for you. Okay. We have an awesome one over here, and it's free.
It's free.
Costs you nothing to have your book of business completely tracked all in one place, and you don't have to do data entry, right?
Nope.
It just...
Yep.
I learned that noise from you.
Yep.
When you're making a point, you always go...
And they drop a mail out to your clients every year for you, too.
So, we'll have a piece of mail dropped out to all your clients for free. As long as you have more than 50.
Yeah, you got at least 50 clients. 50 live bodies, and you get a free mailing to just to notify everybody, hey, call me if you need some help with your plan this year. Yep.
Well, just like that. I'm not as good at it as you.
No, well,
whatever. Anyways, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I hate to call it a talent, but
I call it a talent. So anyways, but you got to pull your book of business. And if you got to go into each carrier's, website and pull your book of business, congratulations, you can finally do that with Cigna now.
Yeah. The cert, all that cert stuff we talked about, that's just the basics. I mean, you got to do that. You got to get certified and ready to sell. So that's key. Then you got to figure out what you're going to do with your book of business. Pull that list. Get a mailer out. We do if you got 50 bodies, we mail it out for you.
We'll mail it out for you. And then you got to get some sort of communications going on. Like this year, I usually do retention meetings. I call them retention meetings. And it's not retention meetings from the aspect of making sure that they stay on the plan that they're on. It's retention, making sure that I'm in front of them, making sure that I'm letting them know of their changes and their options.
It's retaining them in your agency.
Correct.
If the plan they're on isn't a good fit, you want to be the agent that helps them enroll in a new plan.
You're right. If you're not doing retention meetings, you're going to have a tremendous amount of fall off. If you're not mailing a letter out to your clients, you're going to have fall off. Actually, I'm doing birthday cards too, just throughout the year, just make sure that they're hearing from me. But emailing your clients is big. Mailing your clients, if you have a system that will text them too, that's pretty cool. We've got those systems in place, but you got to make sure that you're getting communications going out to your book of business. And by the way, one communication out to your book of business during AEP is not enough.
Right.
Because, man, what was it last year when we had a big book of business with Aetna and then they changed their plans, right? How many times did we have to reach out to our clients?
We mailed 3 letters and called them all.
We mailed 3 letters and we had someone in our office calling them all day.
Yeah. And trying to get a hold of them. Yeah.
We still had people saying,
I had a lot of loss last year from that.
We still had people saying, I didn't hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
We mailed 3 different letters.
All right.
We emailed all of them if we had their emails, and we called all of them. And then we still had clients say, I never heard from you.
Right.
And even if they said we didn't hear from you, we would go and, hey, is this your email address? Yeah. Is this still your address? Yep. Still my same address. And it's like, okay, someone's not being honest.
Yeah. And that plan got way better, but we had to re-enroll them.
But we had to re-enroll.
Which made it tough. So,
which is why it is very key that you're able to track your book of business and you're able to have quick and easy access to it. And so phone, email, mail, meetings. Right now, this year, what I'm doing for a lot of my retention meetings is I'm doing a virtual meeting where I'm inviting all of my clients to come see the changes of their existing plan. And if they don't want a virtual meeting, they're getting phone calls and they're getting a letter from me. They're getting phone calls. My phone's already starting to ring. That's good.
Yeah,
that's great.
You got to touch them all.
You got to touch them all.
Even if they're on a plan that's good and it's getting better or staying good and you don't think they need to leave, they need that reassurance. They need somebody to say, hey, your plan looks good next year. You should just stay put.
I sent out letters last year. This year's a little different, like with COVID-19, but I sent letters out last year. I had individual, and this was a lot of work.
Yeah.
This was a lot of work. And I would encourage you to do this if you can. I typed up a different letter for each health plan.
Right.
And I would say, hey, if you're on this plan or this plan or this plan, there was a totally different letter.
Right.
And the letter would say, hey, your plan is going to be improving next year. There's going to be, an increase in some of the over-the-counter costs. And I wouldn't give them specific benefits, but I would say some of the benefit improvements that you can expect next year is some of your copays are actually going to be lowered and some of the benefits are going to be increased in certain areas. If you want more details, please call me. But if you're happy with your plan, if you're satisfied with it, it's likely that you'll be even more satisfied next year. If your situation has changed dramatically, such as your health or your finances, it's important that you call me so that we do a review. But if your situation hasn't changed and you're very happy with your plan, you might just consider keeping this policy for next year. I would have a letter that would say that. And then I would have a totally different letter for that carrier going, hey, you might want to give me a call, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That one's good.
And that was a good one, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I hate to say it's a talent.
It is, I know. There are many things that could be a talent.
So I would send out different letters for different clients. And I highly encourage you guys to make sure that you're looking at your business like it's a legitimate business.
Yeah.
And not floundering on these things and make sure that you're staying on top of these things. These are some of the regular tasks that you should do. Also, prioritizing existing clients and new clients.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to do those retention meetings, let retention reach out. But then you got to figure out what are you going to do to get new business?
You got to figure out what you're going to do to get new business.
What are you going to do?
But also, the one thing that I find a lot of agents will do is they won't have time for their existing clients because they're so focused on getting new ones.
Right.
And that could really hurt you.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper to keep one that you have than to find a new one.
It's cheaper to keep one that you have than to find a new one. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
But getting new ones makes you more money, right? The bigger your book of business is, the more money your agency is making, right? Everybody knows that.
Right.
So what I normally do is the good news is that during AEP, we've got pre-AEP. Pre-AEP is from October 1st through October 14th. And then October 15th, that's when AEP starts.
Right.
So during pre-AEP, I'm not so much focusing on new clients. What I'm doing is I'm reaching out to all my existing clients. I'm trying to talk to as many of them as I can.
Right.
Hey, how's your plan? How's your plan? We're allowed to talk to them about their plan during that time. And if they want to change their plan, I'm making sure that I'm reviewing as many benefits with them as possible. I'm touching with them as much as possible. And if that existing client wants to change, I'm saying, okay, we can't change your plan until the 15th. So I'm scheduling a 15-minute phone call with them after the 15th, where all I'm doing is going, okay, you ready to get enrolled in the plan? Okay, perfect. That was a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
I can't do it as good as you, Plemons. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I can't teach it.
And you can't. What was your, we actually thought of a pretty good new nickname for you, didn't we?
Yes, you did.
It was Karate Scotty who thought of it.
Karate Scotty called me Jimbo Slice.
It's hilarious, dude. Gosh, it's so funny.
And just for a little backstory, Karate Scotty is an agent that we have. His name's Scott, and he also teaches Taekwondo. So he probably doesn't like Karate Scotty, but
I don't care. He's going to be called Karate Scotty.
Maybe it's not Taekwondo. Is it Taekwondo?
I don't know. But he doesn't have a choice.
He teaches martial arts.
Listen,
so Karate Scotty it is.
That conversation is completely irrelevant. It doesn't really matter what form of martial arts he teaches. Irrelevant. His name is Karate Scotty.
Karate Scotty.
That's his name. So anyways, I thought everybody should know that we might be calling Plemons Jimbo Slice. Moving forward.
So, whatever.
So
I guess if you have nicknames, that means you're loved, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is?
I think that's true.
Yeah.
We're going to have agents just scrolling up to you one day, and they're just going to call you Jimbo Slice.
There you go.
It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't wait. So prioritizing, what I like to try to get my existing clients completely taken care of.
Right.
prior to AEP beginning from the 1st through the 14th of October. And then if they need to make a plan change, then we'll just reserve additional time within the first couple of weeks of annual enrollment period. We'll reserve that time for them just for application processing and submissions. Right. And right now, what's really good is we've got the Connecture tools that will allow us to just send them a text message and they can just do their email.
It's pretty slick, man.
They can do that.
It is super slick.
That's how slick it is. Having a scheduling plan.
Yeah.
Having a scheduling plan is really important. So by a scheduling plan, what I mean is if you had a client that called you and said, hey, I really want to have a meeting with you to just review my benefits and I desperately want an in-person meeting, saying, okay, I had to do this for a long time. Prior to AEP even starting, I would have to go on my calendar and I would say, okay, on Thursdays, I'm in Mesa. On Wednesdays, I'm in Glendale. On Tuesdays, I'm in Phoenix. On, Friday, on Mondays, I'm in the office. I would have to take days and I'd have a scheduling plan. So when clients called me that were in Mesa, I'd be like, I'm in Mesa on Thursdays.
Mesa on Thursday. I can come see you at
Thursdays. Well, this Thursday's full. I'm in Mesa next Thursday.
Right.
Well, do you have a different time? I'm in Mesa on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
And if Thursdays just don't work for you, I'm willing to make an exception, but I'm in Mesa on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Phoenix on Tuesdays. I am in the office doing office appointments on Mondays. I'm doing phone appointments on these days, on Saturday mornings, and have a scheduling plan, have a plan of attack. If you're just trying to free for all, that's going to work for you until you become big and successful.
Right.
And then you are going to not be successful for very long if you have a decent sized book of business and you don't have a plan on a calendar plan. We would have been in the past years, and this year, of course, we would have been it would have been a disaster if we didn't have a scheduling plan. We have plans of like what days in what weeks, months out. We have it planned 2 months out when we're going to Mojave County and what days. Like we have it scheduled out for a long period of time. Because if you don't do those things, you're going to have a very hard time being successful and you're going to be a complete mess. I'm trying to think of some other things that agents. Oh, kits, supplies.
Oh, yeah. Supplies. Now, luckily, the Premier Agency orders a lot of kits for the agents.
We order a lot of kits for our agents.
But if you can't make it to the office to pick up some kits, you could order your own.
You can order your own.
It's a good idea.
We could put it in an order for you and have them just drop ship to your house.
Yeah, but either way, you got to figure out, are you going to order kits for yourself, have us order them for you, or just come raid the supply at the office?
And you could go to Target, Home Depot,
get a crate,
Walmart. You get crates.
Get a crate. Keep it in your car.
And I would have, I rather than having like a big crate with all these kits, I would have in my garage, I would have 3 or 4 crates, and I'd have 1 crate for Tucson, 2 crates for Phoenix, 1 big crate for Mojave County. So that way, if I was going to be working Tucson that day, before I leave, I'd walk into my garage, I'd grab my Tucson kit, I'd throw it crate and put it in my car, grab my Phoenix one, put it in the garage, away I go.
Takes a little prior planning, but
what's that? P.
Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance.
Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. The 7 Ps. I bet that's really annoying.
Yeah.
For anybody listening right now.
It is. I'm sure that noise, like, what's that noise?
What is that noise? They're going to be like listening to the podcast going, what is that noise? And then it's going to be like, well, did you watch the podcast video on YouTube?
Yeah.
Or on Facebook.
There you go. You got to see it.
Because you're going to be watching us make these dumb noises. So that make sure you pre-order enough business cards because you're going to be handing out more business cards during that time than possible. You don't want to run out of business cards during AEP. And now inside our CRM, oh man, this is like this is so cool. So inside of our CRM, we have a new feature now where there is a Vistaprint plugin.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Really?
In Gain.
Oh, wow.
There's a Vistaprint plugin inside Gain now where you can go into Gain and then you can actually go into Vistaprint through Gain and just order your business cards and you can order your marketing material and it's co-opted on and all that stuff. And you don't have to submit anything for co-op approval for marketing. You just go in there, you place the order, and then you pay half.
Wow.
Or you get co-opted. They get reimbursed. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
So
I didn't know
make
that.
sure you have plenty of your marketing stuff. One of the things that we have, and I don't have any here on me. I wish I did. We have our appointment reminder cards.
Right.
You book an appointment.
Yep. Face-to-face appointment.
Face-to-face appointment.
Those are for
Or it's a phone. Or if it's a phone.
Those are for the people that don't have an email. Like, because our scheduling system sends an email and a text message.
It does.
appointments. But if they don't have a cell phone or an email,
We still run into some
drop
people
one
who
in
are,
the mail.
Yeah, we drop one in the mail.
Yep.
So make sure you have your book of business. Make sure it's intact. Make sure it's tracked. Make sure that you are connecting with your clients, phone, email, text, making sure you're scheduling meetings, prioritizing current clients and existing clients. How are you going to work them that's most efficient for them and for you?
Having a scheduling plan.
Having a scheduling plan on your calendar.
And if you're going to buy some leads, you got to get that lead order in.
If you were going to buy leads, let me tell you something, guys. 3 years in a row, we've been late getting our leads dropped.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd learn our lesson.
Yeah.
But we've been late getting our lead orders dropped 3 years in a row. I'm not even afraid to admit this. It's silly. You know what I mean? Like, it's dumb. We've been late every time. And, you want leads landing in your organization October 1st. That'd be ideal.
Yeah.
And we've got our leads landing in people's homes October 1st, and we're probably not even getting them until the 15th or so. And so that's the one thing that because we've got so many moving parts, it's just the one thing that we could definitely do better at. But if you are trying to order leads, get them in early.
Right.
Get them in early. Get those lead orders processed early. The good thing is it really just goes to show how bad we are at that, because we have a whole team that processes our lead orders for us.
Yeah.
We say, here's what I want.
Yeah. And I'm learning that this year. I'm late with my leads too.
But there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
So get your lead orders in early, so that way you can have, if you're trying to, grow your book of business,
Right.
And then make sure that you're communicating with your existing clients about referral opportunities too.
Go.
Make sure that you're communicating with any marketing people out there in the field for referral opportunities. And that's really, for most of you guys, I think that's really mostly it. Those are some of the 5, or I just guessed and said 5. I think it's, run your book of business. Make sure you have that. That's 1. Make sure that you're connecting with your clients, whether it's phone, email, meetings, or whatever. That's 2. Make sure you're doing that multiple times. 1 is not enough. Prioritizing your current clients and your new clients, making sure that you're understanding that they're both important. That's 3. Having a scheduling plan for your calendar so that it doesn't get unorganized. That's 4. Making sure that your certifications are done and everything.
Yeah.
That's a 5th one. That's what we mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
that's really number 1.
That's really number 1.
Yeah.
And then making sure that you're putting lead orders in properly. And I feel like we were missing one that we had discussed, but those are some of the things that you guys are going to want to make sure that you're making an absolute priority. Kits and supplies, ordering kits and supplies.
Yep.
That's one that we talked about too. So there's 5 or 6 huge important things. And all these things, guys, are going to take you a long time.
Yeah.
They're all going to take you a long time. You need to treat this like it's a full-time job. If you're one of those agents that puts in 20 hours a week, good luck.
Yeah.
All righty. I think that's about it, guys. Good luck out there. Good luck this AEP. I hope that has helped you a little bit. And if you have any questions about how you can continue to further prepare for a successful, busy season, make sure you reach out to us at 602-777-3315.
623-777.
Did I say 602?
You did.
I'm terrible.
That's all right. 623-777-3315.
I don't even. This is our phone number.
Yeah, but you never call it. That's why you
true.
don't remember it.
My wife is going to be so ashamed of me.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for dropping in.